Okay, so we've got a lot of requests from all of you wanting me to talk about what mid-size pickup truck to buy. I've done a little bit of online research. I've talked to my technicians, and then I've gone through my point of sale system, just kind of looking at our repair orders to kind of put together a little bit of data I want to share with you guys. So here at our shop, so we're Shade Tree Automotive here in Layton, Utah. The most common mid-size trucks we see, number one by far is the Toyota Tacoma. There's probably twice as many Toyota Tacomas running around here as any other mid-size truck. The second most common truck to come into our shop is the Ford Ranger. And then the third is the Chevy Colorados or GMC Canyons, same thing in my opinion. So those are kind of the three trucks we see the most often. Trucks like the Ford Frontier, the vehicles like the Nissan Frontier and the Honda Ridgelines, they're just not very popular around here. So I'm not leaving those out because they're bad, just leaving them out because I just don't have a lot of data on them. So vehicles sold in the area lines right up with the ones we see most common here. So there's the most Tacomas driving around, so we see the most of those. Second most is the Rangers, so we see a lot of those. Third most sold in our area, from what I can see, is the Colorados and Canyons. You guys are probably wondering why I'm talking about the Ford Ranger, not the newer Ford Maverick. We're just an independent shop. We can't do factory Ford warranties. Therefore, I don't really have good information on vehicles until they're about 5 years old, because that first 3 to 5 years when people are having problems with their new vehicles, obviously they're returning it to the dealership because those things are covered under warranty. So we see them here and there for some oil services and tires, tire rotation, stuff like that. But when it comes to repairs, we don't really get a really good feeling of how good a vehicle is until about that 5 year mark. So unfortunately, I know there's a lot of you want me to talk about that newer Ford Maverick because they're a cool little truck. I don't have enough data to speak intelligently on those just yet. Okay, let's talk about the Toyota Tacomas first. So in combing through all of our repair orders in the system, talking to my technicians, they're falling off a little bit, falling off quite a bit in my opinion, but they still are ahead of most manufacturers as far as reliability. So we're not seeing major engine failures. We're not seeing major transmission failures. We're not seeing major drivetrain failures on the newer models. And I'm talking, the trucks I'm seeing most common are about that 5 to 10 years old. So let's say 2015s to 2020s are kind of the most common trucks I'm talking about right now, because that's kind of the year range that are flowing through our shops the most often. So good thing is, not many times am I selling major repairs. That's a good thing. Looking through all the repair orders, we do a lot of brakes on them, which every vehicle needs brakes. We do a lot of suspension work on them. So I would say one thing about the Toyota Tacomas, they are prone to losing tie rod ends and ball joints a little bit early in life. The good thing is they're not thousands of dollars to replace, so it's not a big deal. Every vehicle is going to wear out some parts. But out of the three trucks I'm going to talk to you about, I do feel like the Toyota Tacoma goes through ball joints and tie rods a little bit faster than the other vehicles. Other than that, they're a pretty solid truck. I mean, we have every once in a while we have one come in for some weird electrical issue or maybe a check engine light, but nothing I could see consistently to tell you guys to watch out for on them. Overall, great truck, and overall great resale value. That's the one thing that Toyota Tacomas have always had going for them, as they hold their value almost 2 to 1 over all the other makes. Okay, so next let's talk about the Ford Rangers. So I would say the Ford Ranger is only about half as popular around here as the Toyota Tacomas, which I find kind of strange because F-150s, everybody has an F-150 in this area in their driveway. I swear it's the #1 vehicle by far. In comparison to where's the Toyota Tundra, we only see probably half the Tundras as we do the F-150s, where it's flip-flopped on the midsize. We see twice as many Tacomas as the Rangers. I thought that was kind of interesting on how popular the Tacoma is and how less popular, I guess, the Tundra is in our area. I don't know if that's across the US, but definitely here you see an F-150 everywhere you go, and you see a Tacoma everywhere you go. As far as common problems we're seeing on the Ford Rangers, once again, nothing major to report. We're not putting engines in them. We're not putting transmissions in them. We're not putting transfer cases, differentials in them. Overall, they're actually holding up pretty good. Lots of coolant leaks going through my repair orders. Not a major deal. A lot of hose leaks and stuff like that. Plastic thermostat housing starting to leak. A lot of misfires. A lot of check engine lights. We've sold a lot of ignition coils and a few injectors on these trucks. So yeah, they do come in a little bit more often as a percentage of how many people own them for check engine lights than the Tacoma, but I've sold a heck of a lot less suspension parts. So Ranger was a heck of a lot closer to those Tacomas than what I thought they would be. So overall, pretty good, dang good truck. Okay, now let's talk about the Chevy Colorados and the GMC Canyons. There's not a lot of them around. We don't have a lot of them coming into our shops. So I had to do a little bit of extra digging on these ones to find some data. I would probably say if we took 100, just pooled 100 of our vehicles, probably 50 of them would be Tacomas. About 35 of them would be Rangers, and then the remainder would be the Colorados and the Canyons as far as our customer base. But going through it, it kind of surprised me. Digging through repair orders, once again, no major engine problems, no major transmission problems. A couple of solenoids, very rare on them in the transmission. No transfer cases, differentials, no major repairs. As I got going through there, our repair orders, some coolant leaks and some AC issues. Those were kind of the two things that I found that were most common on these. A couple of the AC jobs were kind of expensive, you know, over $1,000, leaking parts, bad condensers, stuff like that. That's kind of a GM thing. But overall, I would almost say if you took all the GMCs and Chevy mid-size trucks in our computer, probably had the lowest repair orders. So that kind of surprised me. Okay, so let's get to it. So if one of my close friends, family member, one of my clients came to me and said, hey, I'm getting ready to buy a 5 to 10-year-old mid-size pickup truck, what should I buy? Honestly, looking through all the data, now that I've looked at it, I think a mid-size pickup truck might just be the most reliable vehicle cruising around. I don't know if it's like the correct power to weight ratio or the drivetrain's just a little bit beefier than like the smaller SUVs, but we're just not doing a lot of major repairs. I would say my average repair order is probably the lowest on mid-size trucks out of just about anything, from little compact cars all the way up to SUVs and the full-size trucks. So that was kind of impressive to me. So buy what you want, honestly. They're all good trucks. But as far as being a smart buyer, Toyota Tacoma, I'm still going to put it number one. One, because it doesn't have major failures, just some suspension issues, some brake issues. It does have a few more repairs than, say, like a Chevy Colorado. But the reason why I put it in number one, the resale value on a Tacoma is so much higher. So even though you might spend an extra $1,000-$2,000 over a 5-year span in repairs on the Tacoma, you're probably still going to be able to recoup $5,000 to $10,000 more when you resell that truck. So they're just kind of a smart truck to buy. They just don't lose a lot of value as you're driving around. So you can't go wrong with it. They're easy to sell. You list a Toyota Tacoma around here that's not beat up, you're going to sell it in a few days. In second place, I would actually put the Chevy Colorado. I'm a Ford guy, but I'm still going to put the Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons in second place. Honestly, I think they might be the best truck as far as reliability, as far as the repairs in my system. The only reason why I placed them in second after the Tacoma is resale value. The resale value is pretty bad from what you pay for them brand new to 5 years later. You take a pretty big hit. So for those reasons, if I was looking to buy one, I'd still buy one if I really wanted one, but if I'm just trying to get the most bang for my buck, still goes Tacoma, and then the Canyons and the Colorados. I would put the Ranger in third, but you shouldn't feel bad. Don't let that deter you from buying one. They're still a good truck. The reason why I put them in third is because they had the second highest amount of repairs and one of the lower resale values. The Canyons, the Colorados, the Rangers, they all take a pretty big hit as far as resale value. But overall, all three great trucks. I don't think you can go wrong. Do your research, bring them into a shop like ours to have them checked before you buy it. We have access to Carfax, so ask us to review Carfax. We could probably even print that report out for you. Just buy one that's been maintained properly, any of the three trucks. Or if you're into those things, the Frontiers, the Ridgelines, they're good trucks too. I just don't see them enough to where I felt confident to speak intelligently about them. So.